at the back line, he bursts damage down their carries. Mephisto does his Omega on with the units with the least resistance, or is it Shock that does that?
Shock is lowest resistance, so Mephisto is lowest health. So it'll snipe down those low health things.
Yeah, so Ramfire bursts down the Invokers, and then if Mephisto makes his Omega go up, he snipes them down.
More Omega power at the moment. It's done 3 casts. Oh, yeah. You can see the difference in damage there. So does Mephisto got a KO. Just because of the way the tanks were lined up, they just played out differently. It's crazy to see how, like, everything else was identical, but the way the tanks were set up on the board completely changed the outcome of the round, which I think is one of the coolest parts about Illuvium.
Yeah, the mirror matchups are actually some of the most technical matches because, you know, everybody has the same exact thing. And even if you play it on the same turn, if you're not positioning correctly, you just lose. Positioning is everything and it becomes a mirror match. And when you use your augments, if you deviate from the flowchart, it can like really hurt you, or maybe even help you out for 1 round or so. They're just very technical, cerebral matches.
Both players not even support this mirror, but they're going to do it. Supposed to dropping on the side, maybe trying to get their angle and put it.
Yeah, big percent.
Also, not thinking of the bit, so it's probably better.
Yeah.
I'm actually so lost. I have no idea what's going on right now, but it's a cool team. This is what I was trying to build and failing. So I'm eager to test this.
Yeah, it looks like the way he has his like stage 1 water bulwarks help his Goliath get targeted first, and then you know Caribou has the taunt if he puts a rogue over onto the Mephisto, and Water Draco takes away energy with his Omega. Not bad placement. I'm starting to see where his head's at here.
Yeah, it's really good if they're having good range instead of dealing against. It's pretty easy. It's a invulnerable to start the fight.
LC is here for the same thing. It looks like his Senal could really be set up to just beam that Mephisto right off the bat. That would be huge.
It looks like that's what he's doing. He's trying to line it up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's a really good way for Lucifer to set his Senal to do the same thing. Set it up in the same way. I'm not seeing it.
Well, if Lucifer moves the Ranger, I might be able to direct drag at. You guys see it coming, right? That's, I usually use the Ranger to give 70 off, drag away to do it. It's not being done in the last like 1 time. And the other thing I'll do is I'll tend to like give the Indomitable augment to my frontline in this case of the Lion, and then I'll actually stick that in between in the path of the beam. You can use Indomitable to actually waste maybe even a second cast if you play it right, which can be like extremely valuable.
So let's see if this makes it to the Mephisto. They probably stuck on board here. But cast might have a quick shot.
You got a little bit. Second cast is going to take out a Mephisto though.
Does look like it.
Yeah, plus he has the burst. Yeah, that's huge. Positioning from Soda just way better than Lucifer this game.
Yeah, so we drop around 1, didn't have the glove equipped, but everything beyond that he seems to be making out.
Yeah, if he didn't do that, he probably would have won that round. Let's be honest, he would have won that round if he didn't make that mistake, but it is what it is. He's still pretty good here.
No peak stun.
And they do linger than a lot of people do. Like, the burst stuns from Goliath or Titanor, they're actually kind of burst damage, which, you know, scales with Mephisto even better as well. And then yeah, C4 playing above, and C4's Omega with 5 water just goes off pretty much constantly. C4 is another underrated unit, I think. It does so much damage, especially for a 55 mastery point unit.
Yeah, being on Invoker is huge as well, because the more often you cast, the better you're giving that Omega power to your allies. And it's beautiful because it's the lowest damage Invoker, and so it casting first just amps up the damage of the other Invokers that much more, which is really good. So even if it had a high energy cost, that would actually be like the one I would be chucking all the energy augments on to make sure it casts first.
Yeah, and the 4 Invoker, they're getting 27% max energy as Omega power every time they cast.
Yeah, I'm super in love with this. It's so much fun. Ooh, TC started to take out a pretty clean game one.
His Goliath to give it a little bit of extra survival there, I guess. Indomitable go off. I think it's just alive for so long. Usually all his units are super healthy, and Lucifers are pretty much dead by the time that front line is over.
Yeah, so I felt like he had the dominating position just about every round there. Controlled the aggro better, kept his tanks alive longer, kept his carries alive longer, and it all just kind of...
Yeah, Lucifer, I think, made a bit of a mistake putting the Vitality Veil on his Mephisto instead of something in the front line, because he did it so the Senalf couldn't just beam it right away. But the problem is it's a waste of mastery points, because right after that beam, Mephisto's just going to use his Omega and take it out, because again, it attacks the lowest health ally. So a bit of a misplay there from my perspective.
Yeah, I think the combination is quite well. Yeah, you're right, because the Senalf will lower the health of the backline in some way, hopefully, if you get the angles really well, and then Mephisto will take him out. And then once that backline's gone, you can really use any Invoker mob. You don't have enough big yet, Invoker's just get strong too quickly. They're top 2 tanks, better than anything else I've seen. Like Phosphorus is maybe at the very, very top, and then just all Invokers top 2 tanks will be
And I'm not saying putting Indomitable, like the Indomitable augment on your Invokers or your carries is bad. Just situationally, in that mirror matchup specifically, just not the best idea. Especially just into a Fisto, really, is what it is.
I'm going to start investigating for another game we can grab if this one ends quickly. But yeah, like, do you think we're going to see a lot more Invokers at the moment? Do you, like, Kyle, outside of the Illuvium team?
Yeah,
Ooh. I suppose it's just like